So just dreaming and not taking action, that means going further into desiring it. So, this is a different levels. Dreaming is just the vision that this is what is my dream. This is how I want it to be. It's a vision, actually, dream. Desire is, I want to fulfill that dream, but I don't take action. And there are 3 ways to take action. I want to tell you one thing. One is, you need to, the thought process comes, and then after some time you forget about it. But you need to say it. That's the next step. When you say it, the sound vibrations will come and it will spread everywhere. And all of existence, as they say, the universe will help us. Automatically, when you say that desire, verbally, it spreads out in the whole of this Earth's atmosphere, not beyond the Earth's atmosphere. And all outside will assist you in fulfilling that. Whatever you say returns back to you. Remember this. It has an equally opposite reaction. Just like when I shout in a mountain, the sound goes, hits the mountain, and echoes back. So whatever you say will echo back. There's no taking back. Once you've said it, there is no taking back. You can't even stop it. Remember that. But this can also be, the weakest is, of course, a thought. Saying it out verbally aloud is a little stronger. But the one which is binding is you need to write it. You need to write it down. But you can only write it down after you have decided. The problem comes, I want it, or should I do it? Should I not do it? Is the fluctuation. Indecisiveness. If I do this, this will happen. If I don't do this, this will happen. So this type of thoughts keep coming to us. And something holds us back from deciding. So we need to decide. After decision, we need to do the third step, what I told you, besides saying, and I will tell you. So how do we decide? It's very simple. I don't know how to decide, for example. So of course, they teach us pros and cons, right? Pluses and minuses, and write the number and this thing and add it and all that. Okay, that's fine. But first of all, when you desire something and you think that you need to implement, decide on it, then put your hands on your heart and say, I desire this. See how you feel, because I want you to get out of the head. And I'll teach you this exercise when you come, how to decide. So this was just a sample to tell you that this happened. So we need to ask the heart if we feel good, and how to ask the heart is what we will address. That method I don't want to teach you now. I just want to tell you the principles. So when you ask, there's a certain thing which happens. You feel either comfortable, or you feel good, or you have a vibration, you have a pleasant situation. That means this decision I need to take. I have to go ahead with this desire, and I need to decide for this desire. That's one way of doing it. Second way is write this desire and then place it on yourself. And then we measure you without the desire. That means we measure your flexibility or your strength or performance without that written desire. And then we measure your flexibility, strength, stability, and performance with the statement inside your pocket. If you become stronger, you become more flexible, you perform better, you're more stable, the answer is yes. So the first was a subjective measurement. Second is an objective measurement. Okay. We can also do investigative measurement. And I am a doctor. So I try to measure it with blood. For example, I take a blood sample and see the picture of the blood sample, which is not practical for all of you. You just do the subjective and objective. Okay. And without the paper in which you have written the statement. And then I take the blood sample again after placing the paper statement in my body or in my pocket. It doesn't have to be a time gap. You can do it quickly because it works instantaneously. If you need to decide on this desire, automatically the blood picture will change. And if the blood picture change, it means yes, you need to go ahead with this. So that is how there are three methods of deciding. One is a subjective, one is an objective, one is an investigative method. If you have energy measurements, the energy will increase. That is a yes. If you have voltage measurements, the voltage will be better. Okay. If you have a heart-brain measurement equipment, you will see that both of them come into synchronization. So all this is possible. The last one, leave it. Just do the subjective and objective. How to do it, we will teach you when you join us. Okay. So making a decision is very important. And after you have decided, comes the next step. And how do we implement that next step? That means you need to be determined to fulfill your decision.